What's going on, Natty Gains? It's David Domestic with
Josh.
So today we're going to be talking about macros one-on-one. A very simple video on basically the importance of macros, how we track them, why they're important, and the easiest way to hit your numbers. Macros are proteins, fats, and carbs. Now when it comes to macros, if you have a coach giving you macros or you're trying to hit a certain number and it's just difficult for you, I'm going to recommend that you get the app called MyFitnessPal. It's a free app, you can get it, and basically what it does is it has just about anything that you would eat in a day already programmed in there. You can either scan the back barcode or you can go ahead and plug it in and it's going to keep track of everything for you. Now a general gist when it comes to meats, me and Josh, we like to prep our meats in bulk. So what we'll do is maybe a couple times during the week we're going to grill up some meat, and we're going to cook that in bulk. And one thing you can do, if you like it seasoned or you like it flavored or however you like it, you can cook it like that, or you could cook it plain. And throughout the week, now you have options. You know, you can throw marinara, you can throw seasonings on there, you can throw whatever sauce you like, and change up the flavor of your meat. The meat's normally between 4 ounces is normally between 17 and like 25 grams of protein. I like to keep it low at 20 grams of protein. That way if I'm going over, I really don't care if I'm going over on protein. That's normally never a bad thing. Would you say that's not?
Nah, it's not a bad thing. If anything, there's a little bit of debate on whether or not your body is absorbing the protein properly. If you're over certain levels of protein.
Yeah, that's a whole nother video.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna go into that. It's just there's a whole lot of internet fighting going on with all that stuff, so I'm not even gonna bother. Just kind of play it safe.
That's a whole nother video.
Just kind of play it safe. We're just gonna keep it around like 20-30 grams of protein per meal. Yes, absolutely. Cheers.
Blueberry cheesecake right here.
Cheers.
So that's normally what we do. We cook up our meats in bulks. It's an easier way for tasty, huh?
Very.
It's an easy way for you guys to have a good source of protein, because if you have the food there, you're not going to be tempted to do one gas station, vending machine, ordering out with people. You have it there. Another thing that's really simple to do is to buy, protein shake getting to me.
Good job.
Oh, I feel like you know?
It's very gentlemanlike of you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, you guys can buy the rice in bulk, or you can cook it up in bulk, or you can just buy the instant minute rice. Literally, you throw it in the microwave. You know, it's very simple. Same thing with vegetables. They have vegetables out there that are microwavable, things like that, that are going to keep things easy for you guys to track. Now, literally, all these meals that you're eating throughout the day, you're going to throw it into MyFitnessPal. It's going to keep track of it for you. And these are ways that you can understand what it is that you're eating, because one, you're going to start looking at nutritional facts on the back of your foods, because you need to know what it is you're actually eating. So real quick, I'm going to do a breakdown of what I eat in a day, and then Josh is going to take over. He's going to tell you what he eats in a day, and that's going to be that. I keep things very simple. So what I like to do is I eat about 1 pound to 2 pounds of meat per day, depending on my goals at the time of year, whether I'm trying to get bigger, I'm trying to shred down, whatever. There's normally about 1 pound to 2 pounds of meat a day. And I like to split that up anywhere between 6 and 8 ounce meals. Normally I'll do that between 4 and 5 times a day. I'll eat 6 to 8 ounces of meat, or less. It just depends on like what I have. But normally that's it for my main source of protein. My second source of protein is a protein shake. So post workout, I'm normally going to do 2 scoops of protein, which is normally about 50 grams of protein. Another thing I like to do for snacks, I like to do protein bars. Fit Crunch is my favorite.
Very good.
Yeah, by Robert Irvine. It's peanut butter chocolate. Man, I love it. It's like literally, even if I'm cutting, I blend that into my macros per day to make it fit, just so I can enjoy it. And guys, get this. It's calories in versus calories out at the end of the day. So find things that you honestly enjoy, but eat clean for the majority of the part. You know,
Balance.
So that's that for my, another snack is Greek yogurt. I like to eat a lot of Greek yogurt. I buy those in bulk too at Costco. So we got protein bars, we got meat, we got protein shakes, and that's really my main sources of protein. Occasionally, depending on my shift, if I have mornings off, I like to make breakfast and I'll make eggs. So that's that for my protein. You know, eggs, Greek yogurt, protein bars, meats of whatever source you like.
Now, what about carbs?
Carbs. Let's talk about carbs. So for my carbs, kind of what I was saying earlier is I like to buy the rice that you can just throw into the microwave, or I'll cook rice in bulk. Rice is one of my favorite carbohydrates to get in throughout the day because one, when I eat it, it doesn't feel super heavy on me. Like I feel like I can eat rice and I don't feel super bloated. If I eat like a lot of pasta, I'm gonna feel bloated. It's like a heavier carbohydrate.
It really weighs in here.
Yeah. So I like to eat rice. Another one will be oats. You can do whole grain pastas. There's some bread that I buy. It's like a whole grain bread. I stinking love to eat that with some peanut butter on it. Speaking of peanut butter, we can transition into fats. I like peanut butter. I cook my food in olive oil. Nuts, I'll eat like a handful of almonds. I'm not big on avocados, but avocados are a great source of healthy fats for you guys. Fish, meats. I'm all about meats, and a lot of people say, man, that's full of fat, you know, when it comes to like burger or steaks or, you know, chops, anything like that. I'm all about, if God put it on this earth for me to eat, I'm going to eat it. And if it's from the earth, I think fats from meats are great for you. One, they help lubricate your joints, your ligaments, your brain flow, all that. So those are basically what I eat in a day. Peanut butters, olive oils, you know, you heard my carbs, you heard my protein. Well, let's go ahead and hear from Josh because it might be a little different or it might be kind of the same.
It's more of the same, but a little different. Now, when it comes to, as far as my prep, I keep it very simple. I grill all of my meats in one day for the entire week. I do all my fish. What I do is I have a pretty diverse amount of meats that I usually eat through the week, which includes salmon, chicken, beef, usually it's ground beef, sometimes a little bit of steak here and there, eggs, yeah, it's pretty much about it. Yeah. What I usually try to do is, maybe besides the eggs, I'll just grill and oven bake everything all at once in one sitting. Just get it done, get all bagged up for the week, and just, you know, be done with it. It keeps everything really simple. And I personally, I don't really measure a whole lot of my meats. Yeah. But what I do is I just kind of eyeball the size of them because I've been doing this for long enough to where I can kind of generalize how much I'm intaking in my meals. So it just helps me to get everything, you know, about the same size. Yeah. You know, so I mean, I mostly eyeball stuff. The only thing I really measure is something like maybe yogurt at night before bed.
Like out of the plain tub.
Yeah, pretty much. And then oatmeal. I'll measure my oatmeal dry. Other than that, I don't really do a whole lot. I just go by size mostly. Yeah. Same thing goes with my vegetables. And most of my vegetables, I just buy, as long as it's green, and it's something that's mostly for filler, but provides a lot of good fiber. Yep. You know, so I just eat my vegetables raw mostly. Cauliflower, my green peppers, my cucumbers.
Like an apple?
Just like an apple. Yep. The cucumbers. I just eat those as is. Yeah.
Hey, whatever works for you, man.
Yeah, I'll get my plate of chicken and I'll have my little cucumber there, and I'll just take bites go between the two and just call it a day. As long as it's going down the gullet, it's all good. Just try to keep it simple. That's what I do. So there's not really a whole lot to my diet as far as, you know, how I'm measuring or, you know. Yeah. It's nothing special. It's actually, a lot of people see the way I eat and they think it's really boring. And I don't blame them because I'm a very simple creature. I don't really care that much as long as I'm getting in my macros.
Yeah. So I guess if you guys are thinking or asking yourself right now, like Josh, you just heard him, he doesn't really measure things out or necessarily track to a T, but he knows the foods that he's eating and he's eating healthy foods. And if you're asking yourself, should you track or should you just eat? I'm going to tell you, it depends on what your goals are. Because let's say you're somebody who wants to lose 50 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever your goal is, or you want to gain, 15, 20 pounds, you should probably be tracking to know what's going to work for you. Now, if you're a simple person who's just trying to be healthy, lift weights, be a healthy person, you're active, and you don't necessarily care, you're just trying to be overall healthy, then that's completely fine until you master what it is that, like, Josh, whether he has a goal in mind or not, he's been at it long enough to know I should eat a little bit more of this or a little less than that. If your goal is just to be kind of healthy, eating healthy foods and eating in this way, that's completely fine. But I would recommend if you have a big goal in mind, like you need to lose a lot of weight or gain a lot of weight, you probably should track it so you know what's honestly working and what's not.
And that's what I would do. If I was doing a bodybuilding competition or anything of the sort, then I would definitely start measuring out more of my foods, tracking everything more often. But everything that I do right now, it just amounts to I just want to try to work out, get a little bit stronger, get better at my calisthenics, and just intake my whole foods and just keep it very consistent and balanced at the same time, and just kind of, make everything less stressful.
Yeah, so basically, guys, this is what me and Josh eat. This is kind of how we go about doing things throughout the week. We kind of eat the same things. It's really easy once you start eating like this to just kind of keep eating like this. But I want you guys to stay tuned because Josh and I are going to put together another video on basically why we talk about the importance of you hitting these numbers and why tracking macros or what you eat, keeping it close to the same per day, why it really matters in hitting your fitness goals. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys have a great day. You have anything else you'd like to say?
All I have to say is toodles.
See you guys.